just get a snippet of what we were talking about this morning. This is the way it is today, actually captured there by Victor.
Which paper is that?
This is the Daily Nation today. Sunsets. And Tuju actually was in Rarieda. Maybe also Dr. Otiende Amollo will tell us what is happening. Were you in that particular forum yourself? And how can you explain this particular editorial cartoon that we have today?
Well, it's an interesting cartoon, but I think it's the highlight of the caption is the gentleman on the right who appears to be crying. And perhaps that's a depiction of the statements that you have just published.
But he's always crying. But today he has smoke coming off for his ears as well.
Okay, so those are your additions, that he's always crying and now fuming. Let me explain that I think the attacks on Raphael Tuju on this score is completely misplaced. And the explanation, I think, is captured on the Star newspapers. I think it is page 6.
Yes.
Where Tuju has actually explained. I can tell you, and I take full responsibility, that Raphael Tuju was in Rarieda representing the president. I had invited the President of the Republic of Kenya to come and launch a youth talent center in his capacity as a UN Global Youth Champion. When the President then got engaged with the meeting that was the environment meeting that was going on, he asked Dr. Fred Matiang'i to represent him. And Dr. Matiang'i was to come in Tuju. And I met them, and we made those, the design of the whole plans. But Dr. Matiang'i could not come because another emergency arose, and now we went with Raphael Tuju. Me, as the member of parliament for the constituency, and Senator Rengo as the senator of the area. Tuju did not say anything except did two things. One, he read the speech of the president as it was. Secondly, his only general remarks to the public was that sometimes when we do politics, you should go slow, because some of you right now support Raila Amollo Odinga. Some of you do not and might not support the deputy president. But what will you do when tomorrow the deputy president and Raila Amollo Odinga shake hands? Mm-hmm. Those are very kind words. I think it's even kind to the deputy president. But now, that brings me to the point that, and I've said this before, if there's anybody who should be resigning, I think it's the deputy president. One, because instead of deputizing the president, he has drawn himself away so much that if the president cannot make it to a function, he has to look for another cabinet secretary to deputize him. If he was deputizing the president, he would have been the one in Rarieda on that day. But he has drawn away so much that the president does not have choices. If the president cannot make it, he has to get somebody else. So you cannot attack somebody who has come to deputy the president, because then that means you are not attacking Raphael Tuju, you are attacking Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who sent him. And that is why I think it's quite unfortunate. Now, those are the circumstances of that journey.
It's only fair that I comment. I think tribalism in this country is truly real. When I listened to Orengo over the weekend, and I've just listened to my brother, Otiende Amollo here, tribalism is real. That they can demand for the resignation of the president, deputy president, and preservation of Raphael Tuju begs the question, why? If the reason why you want the deputy president to resign is because he didn't come to Rarieda to launch a project that was to be launched by the president as his deputy, then you should also indicate that at that time, when he should have represented the president, he was relaxing on the beach, probably in Malindi, having an easy time as deputy president. That is not the case. At that time, when Tuju was doing what Ruto could have done for the president, the deputy president was not launching one, not two, not three, but launching several government projects across the republic. How on earth would he have the capacity to do all that he did on that day and also still find time to come and massage the ego of the MP for Rarieda and the senator for Siaya?
But we thought the government had actually stopped, the launching of projects countrywide. What really happened to that particular statement from the president himself?
And what was Tuju doing in Rarieda? I think the newfound member of Jubilee here should tell us what Tuju was doing that he wanted the deputy president to come and do. So, why I'm saying tribalism is real is because the tweet by the deputy president was not responding on anything else other than the fact that the mainstream media had reported that Tuju, the Secretary General of Jubilee, had become the master strategist for ODM in 2022. I mean, he responded to it. To me, when I read that tweet, and that tweet is here, you can read it to the public again, he was actually laughing at it. That has democracy become so liberal that the Secretary General of the ruling party can become the master strategist of the opposition?
Yeah. All right.
That he was just laughing it off. And then finally, it must be taken seriously. We are watching, and Kenyans are watching, that Tuju can have an intimate, long conversation on the phone with George Nyanja about what they said in that audio that was reported. And the DCI has not, since he likes telling the public what he's doing through the newspapers, he has not told us what actions is taken against it. It only speaks to the narrative that somebody is pushing agenda that is meant to make it difficult for the deputy president to be elected president in 2022. What other conclusion can a thinking mind draw from that?